sa inyo sa pamamagitan ng magaganda at piling-piling programa mula Lunes hanggang Linggo. Aalawin kayo ng aming kilalang mga komentarista at public service program. Ito lamang simpilan ng DWPL.
The proceeding program expresses only the opinions and views of its respective block timer, producer, radio announcer, writer, and production staff, and does not in any way reflect the views of this station. The station has advised the programmers to abide by broadcast laws and KBP rules.
Lingkod ng Bayan, kaagapay ng mamamayan. Ang programang maglilingkod sa sambayanan, katuwang ang ating mga public servants. Lingkod ng Bayan, kaagapay ng mamamayan. Kasama ang inyong lingkod, si Flory Gabitan, tuwing Martes, alas 12 hanggang alauna ng hapon, dito lamang sa DWBL 1242 sa inyong talapitan.
Burger, ang burger ng bayan. Burger na buy one take one na may libo-libo ng franchise holders sa iba't ibang bahagi ng Pilipinas. Owned and operated by Mr. and Mrs. Joseph and Vicky Mojica. Angel's Burger, ang burger ng bayan.
Pilipino ako, sa puso't diwa, ang buhay ko sa bayan.
Okay, magandang tanghali po sa ating mga giliw na tigapakinig. Ngayon po ay araw ng Martes, ika-22 sa buwan ng Nobyembre. Ilang araw na lang, magpapasko na naman. Isang oras po tayong magkakasama-sama dito po sa palatunton ng Lingkod ng Bayan, kaagapay ng mamamayan in partnership with Eastern Police District Radio Program. Siyempre, the man behind the Lingkod ng Bayan, si DDS Police Colonel Ben Linar Capili. Napakapalad po natin ngayon. Tayo po ay magbabiyahe ng malayo. All the way going to Cebu. Partner, maganda tanghali sa'yo.
Magandang tanghali sa iyo, partner. At syempre, isang pagpalang araw po sa lahat ng aming mga giliw na tagapakinig at taga-subaybay ng aming programang Lingkod ng Bayan, kaagapay ng mamamayan. Partner?
Siyempre, magandang tanghali po sa ating tigapagtaguyod, ang Angel's Burger, ang burger ng bayan. At ang PAMI, Passenger Accident Management Team. Headed by its President, Ms. Maria Riza Atayde, and its Vice President for Sales and Operation, Mr. Christian Nukum. Napakapalad po natin ngayon. Sama-sama po tayong mamasyal sa Cebu. Mamaya po, uunahin po natin ang ating panauhin. Magpapasalamat na tayo sa pagkakataong ibinigay sa atin. Magandang tanghali kay Attorney Eric Valero. Susunod po ang ating mga reports mula po sa Eastern Police District, sa District Director's Office. Siyempre, headed by the soon-to-be Police Brigadier General Attorney Wilson Asueta at ng IMEG. So this time we have 12 minutes after we are exactly 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Magandang hapon sa PRO 7. This time we are going to play the AVP, the intro and the framework, including the accomplishments of Police Regional Office 7.
more than 3 decades, Police Brigadier General Roderick Augustus Alba has served the Filipino nation with much vigor, dedication, and commitment as police officer. Being born and raised in Iloilo Province to a military man, late Lieutenant Ramon Vallejo Alba Jr. of the Philippine Air Force, and retired public high school teacher Perla Balaran Alba, General Alba had already his leaning towards public service. His first step towards his dream of becoming a public servant was his entry to the Philippine National Police Academy. He was one of the youngest members of the Gabagpatupad class of 1992. He graduated at the age of 21 years old. Right after graduation, he was immediately assigned to Autonomous Region for Muslim Mindanao, now Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. Although his career in the PNP was already flourishing, this did not stop him to pursue further studies in order to broaden his knowledge and skills. He was a recipient of numerous trainings, scholarships, and study grants here and abroad. He was a scholar under the Group Study Exchange Scholarship of the Rotary International in Florida, USA in the year 2001. He had been assigned to some parts of Luzon and Western Visayas regions prior to handling various positions in the fields of administration, intelligence, operations, investigation, and police community relations. He also took part in major events in Region 6 as SSTG commanders for peace, order, and security, such as APEC 2015 in Boracay, Bacolod, and Iloilo, and ASEAN 2017 in Iloilo and Boracay. It was also a big honor for General Alba to have served as peacekeeper in Timor-Leste in 2012. By 2016, he was appointed as the Provincial Director of Iloilo Police Provincial Office, and eventually he served several regional staff posts before he was assigned to the national headquarters of the PNP. He was appointed as the Deputy Director for Administration of the Information Technology Management Service of the PNP, and on October 1, 2021, he took the helm as the Chief of Public Information Office and the spokesperson for the Chief PNP and the entire 220,000 police force. Although he was occupied with his PNP assignments, General Alba was active in his civic duties. He was elected as the president of Rotary of Bacolod in 2012. He was a member of the Brotherhood of Christian Businessmen and Professionals since 1999 and a past president of the PNPA Alumni Association Incorporated, Western Visayas Chapter. On top of the major assignments that General Alba handled, the most important roles that he played in his life is being a loving husband to Lailani Salem Alba, a former manager and executive of ABS-CBN Bacolod, Iloilo, and Cebu, and being a doting father to 2 beautiful and smart girls, Abigail, a registered nurse and a senior medicine student, and Angel Ann, a sophomore architecture student. Through the years of being part of the PNP organization, General Alba continues to aspire to become a good role model to his fellow police officers. Acquiring new knowledge and skills for strategic planning has been a must for General Alba. Whatever assignment is given to him, he always does it in the Alba way.
The public servant who sees the 4 C's in CSOP, working towards a more efficient, competent, and credible police organization to serve and protect the people. Police Brigadier General Roderick Alba promotes this core framework in line with the PNP's goal to achieve a safer and more secured community driven to strengthen the quality of living for a robust nation building. The first C is connectivity. We as an organization must learn on how to embrace the functions of technology to enhance operation and communication capabilities. As we recognize the importance of connectivity to the digital era as a firm-up strategic framework, we must conceptualize and implement plans and programs that will motivate our personnel to treat technology as an integral part of their daily work. Connectivity is also about building relationship. There must always be a healthy and effective synergy among other law enforcers, government agencies, stakeholders, and counterparts in the international arena to work together, driven towards the same direction. Above all, connectivity is getting in touch with our faith and relationship with God. This encompassing connection builds the moral fiber that every police personnel should establish to live with integrity. As the Word of God tells us, unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. Next C is critical thinking. Ideas, concepts, mindsets, and opinions. These are all created from our minds and influenced by our environment, upbringing, education, and experience. While of all of these originate from our minds, but when translated into plans and eventually to actions, these can spell a big difference. The third C is capability enhancement. While the PNP has already established a system and process in doing tasks, we can always continue to improve the system. We optimize available resources according to needs and acquire logistical aid that are urgent for the PNP. And the final C is cleansing. We commend laudable acts, but we condemn irregularities and misconduct. Let's focus on the strength of our personnel so we can capitalize manpower capabilities. At the same time, we create a system of discipline to regularly check on their performance and engagement. The structural framework 4CS in CSOP, dubbed Connectivity, Critical Thinking, Capability Enhancement, and Cleansing in Community and Service-Oriented Policy, espouses adaptability and responsiveness in the country's fight against COVID-19 pandemic, illegal drugs, criminality, terrorism, and other forms of lawlessness. Let's make this happen and involve various stakeholders in this noble quest for a peaceful and progressive Philippines.
programa po ng ating governor.
Student of the Public Safety Senior Leadership Course.
Unwillingness to die in the service of God.
Burger, ang burger ng bayan. Burger na buy one take one na may libo-libo ng franchise holders sa iba't ibang bahagi ng Pilipinas. Owned and operated by Mr. and Mrs. Joseph and Vicky Mojica. Angel's Burger, ang burger ng bayan.
Ang programang ito ay handog sa atin ng Angel's Burger, ang burger ng bayan, at ng PAMI Passenger Accident Management Inc. So this time, we have 12 minutes after 12 o'clock. Hindi na po tayo magpapatumpik-tumpik. Sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, tayo po'y mamamasyal at punta po tayo sa PRO 7. Napakapalad po natin at atin muna po nga uunahan ng pagpapasalamat sa pagbibigay sa atin, pagpapaunlak ng kanyang panahon upang makadaupang palad natin ngayon. So this time, nais po nating batiin na isang magandang hapon ang Buting Regional Director ng PRO 7, Police Brigadier General Roderick Augustos B. Alba. Kasama ko po RD, si Police Lieutenant Julius Criste, ang aking co-anchor. Magandang tanghali po.
Good afternoon, sir.
RD, magandang tanghali po.
Nakamute siya, nakamute.
Nakamute
Okay.
si RD.
Ayan na.
Ayun.
Hello.
Muli po, magandang tanghali po RD. And first and foremost, congratulations daw po mula po kay The Action Man, CDDS Police Colonel Ben Liner Capili. Maraming salamat po sa pagbibigay niyo sa amin ng pagkakataon upang kayo ay makadaupang palad at madala naman kami sa area ng Cebu.
Oo, partner, pinakamalayo yata
Oo.
na guest natin si sir, no?
Pababatiin muna natin
Yes,
si RD. Magandang tanghali po muli.
Good afternoon, sir.
Mayong odto from your team, Bisdak Cups stands for Bisayang Dako na Police. Ma'am Flory and Sir Julius Criste. Good noon po sa inyo lahat at sa mga
Ganda ng
nakikinig at
boses.
nanonood.
Ganda ng boses ni Andy.
Ma'am,
Magandang tanghali po,
I am the former Chief PIO spokesperson.
Oo
ng
nga
PNP.
po.
Sir, bahala ka na. Ikaw na magtanong kay Sarah.
Nagpa-practice lang ako.
Anyway, RD, pasalamatan ko din yung PIO mo,
Yeah.
Police Lieutenant Colonel Maria Aurora Rayos.
Dito po
Kapangalan
siya sa
ng-
tabi ko. Sa tabi ko po
Opo,
siya.
kapangalan ng
Aurora,
mami
come here,
ko.
come here. Dito ka, para makita ka ni Ma'am Flory and Sir Julius and say good
Yes.
afternoon.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon
Sinabi
po.
ko sa kanya, hindi kita makakalimutan, kapangalan mo ang mami ko. Anyway, RD, alam po namin na meron ka po kayong prior engagement, ano? Maraming salamat po sa pagbibigay niyo sa amin ng pagkakataon. Siguro, sabi ko nga, ang layo natin ngayon, ano? Alamin muna natin yung mga anti-criminality operations in Central Visayas in your 40 days po sa leader or the regional director of PRO 7, RD.
Yes, Ma'am Flory and Sir Julius, maraming salamat sa pagkakataon. The pleasure is mine. Alam nyo, love ko talaga yung public information because it espouses yung transparency and accountability ng kasamahan natin sa PNP. For the first 40 days, literally, we hit the ground running, ika nga, lalo na sa kampanya natin sa criminality. Ang priority natin is how to reduce crime, no? That's the 3 objectives na i-emphasize ko rito. Number 2 is how to reduce the fear, yung makuha yung takot ng mga mamamayan natin in these crimes. And the last, of course, is yung how to eliminate disorder. On addressing criminality, our priority, of course, is yung campaign against illegal drugs. So from October 30 to November 22 this year, we are happy to report na amidst our napakalaking accomplishments, more than 16 kilos of illegal drugs confiscated for the span of 40 days. We have no death reported during the anti-illegal drug operations conducted here in Central Visayas. And this is a very significant milestone to all of us, because it yielded several arrests and confiscations of large quantities of illegal drugs. Real numbers namin, nagpapakita sa Team PNP Region 7, more than 1,000 people involved ang na-arrest po ng inyong BISDA CAPS. That's 1,012 persons. And 59 of them are high-value individuals, and the rest, 640, are street-level individuals. We are just aligning Ma'am Flory and Sir Julius sa instruction ng ating Chief PNP and our President and even our SILG Abalos to go after high-value targets. And that is what we are doing here. And to further support yung pag-exercise nating respect for human rights and upholding the rule of law. And this is a clear proof and evidence na kaya natin pala na ginagawa natin yung trabaho natin without, the loss of lives. But of course, pag kami naman po ay hindi naman kami magpapauna, yung Team BISDA CAPS, should our rights to live, di ba? The rights of others to live also will be violated, and hindi din magpapauna yung inyong PNP. So practically, Lapu-Lapu City Police Office has the most hole or the biggest hole on campaign against illegal drugs in the span of 40 days.
Okay, partner.
Sir, aside po sa mga anti-criminality operations po natin, sir, ano po yung mga other plans and programs po natin as the new regional director po, sir, ng Police Regional Office 7?
Yes, actually we just launched yung BISDA Cup Riders. Alam naman natin, like dyan sa NCR, may mga report tayo na there are suspects or riding in tandem na ginagamit yung motorsiklo. Yung pantapat po ng Team BISDA Cups are the deployment of our BISDA Cup Riders. So mayroon na po kaming na-deploy. In fact, operational na siya at talagang na-reduce yung mga reported incidents, lalo na sa street crimes. At hindi lang yan, Ma'am Flory and Sir Julius, ang objective din nito is we advocate safe riding. The essence is, as police officers, tayo ang magmomodelo, mag-advocate ng safe riding. Number 2 is we are on the final stretch in the crafting of a task force na inapprove po ng ating Honorable Governor Gwen Garcia ng Cebu Province, itong creation of One Cebu Interagency Interdiction Task Force. Julius, ito yung sabi ng Chief PNP, we are on a porous borders, archipelagic yung ating bansa, and we are really open sa entry ng contrabands using our borders, particularly our ports and airports. And so, hopefully by December, maglo-launch, this is an interagency initiative, PDEA, NBI, Armed Forces of the Philippines, we have the Philippine Navy, lahat ng mga involved na agencies to protect the borders. So ito yung magiging direksyon natin, by yung paggamit ng mga ports ay talagang mabantayan, yung pagpasok nito at talagang hindi papasukin because we'll have a greater focus sa mga ports natin. And the translation nito is when we'll have a complete reduction of crimes perpetrated by illegal drugs, using illegal drugs, and of course the entry of other contrabands, including yung pag-address natin sa human trafficking. These are also possible. na pwedeng gamitin yung ating ports and seaports. And of course, the last program na lately, kahapon ko lang ni-launch itong 92-day challenge.
Uy,
This is
press partner.
92 days challenge because I belong to a proud member of PNPA class of 1992. Pero
Very
yeah.
significant. Sir.
And ang trabaho natin sa law enforcement are facing arguably itong pinaka-challenging na trabaho natin. At sabi nga ni Einstein, doing same thing over and over again and expecting different results ay mababaliw, kabaliwan po. Kaya yung how to address these three objectives, reduce crime, reduce the fear, and eliminate disorder, is by inspiring our leaders, our commanders, to do more, to do some more, no, to deliver some more. Sabi ko nga, kami ay magre-retire, aalis na lang dito later on as RD, kung sino mang papalit sa atin. But the legacy will remain na we made ourselves relevant, our stay here in Central Visayas, and that is to totally reduce crime incidents through our innovative commanders. This is the 92-day challenge. We will reward those who are delivering, and perhaps reassess those who are falling short doon sa expectation ng top leadership ng PNP Region 7.
Okay. In almost 1.5 months, which is 40 days, na si RD, yung regional director ng PRO 7, ay ang dami-daming accomplishments, no? Pero generally speaking, RD, kumusta po ang current situation ng peace and order sa inyong area of responsibility?
Of course, hindi lahat bed of roses, no? In all areas, practically entire country. Mayroon din kaming share of problem on communist terrorist group. Ito ay these are no longer masabi natin relevant, no, yung kanilang presence because na-clear na natin yung area ng Bohol, of course the mainland Cebu. Ang part na lang po ng Negros Oriental, no, which we share this concern, no, with our counterparts from PRO 6. But we are doing everything through the NTF LCAC platform na ang dami na rin pong nag-surrender, no, na mga sabi nga natin nalisa yung kanilang landas, no, na iba yung kanilang paniwala, and if possible na will not be firing a single bullet and everybody will just come down and join the mainstream of our society. Then we welcome the actions ng ating mga kaibigan, no, sa kabila. And of course, Ma'am Flory, Julius, I came from PIO. I'm a talking commander. Sabi ko, I'm a very loud and active and communicating commander. And this is what we are doing now. How to improve the perception? By you, yourself, sabi ko sa mga commanders, you communicating with our community, using the power of the media, using the power of social media, the mainstream media, and this is how we do it to level up, no? Level up natin yung ating the way we do our job. We do our job well and we tell it well. Yun po ang instruction ko sa kanila.
Talagang galing sa BIO si RD, no? Go ahead.
Sir, gusto ko lang pong itanong, sir, what are the challenges you've encountered, sir, as a regional director, sir?
Every commander has its own challenges, and that is yung ina-undergo natin, no? How to bring everybody together. So we start here within the PNP family, Team PNP Region 7, and I utilize, sabi ko nga, nung pag-introduce sa akin, few people would want to be assigned in information technology offices ng PNP, but I took the challenge and I was there for 3 years, ITMS, 2 years, more than a year as chief of staff, and 1 year as a deputy. Kaya talagang technology, inaral din natin konti. I am not an IT person, but when I, collaborate with our experience, yung next assignment ko is Public Information Office. Sabi ko, ito na pala. Ang galing pala, pwede palang gawin natin mag-unite ang lahat through technology. And when I was the PIO chief, I normally manages more than 10 Viber groups. Julius, alam mo yung trabaho ng PIO, early to rise. Di ba? late, late to sleep. so,
Early to rise.
Early to rise.
Late to rest.
Late to rest.
No rest.
yeah.
Sleep, maraming sleepless night, partner, no?
Before the chief PNP wakes up, in fact, si Sir Azurin is my fourth chief PNP na pinagsilbihan ko. And Sir Azurin knows the work ethics, alam niya yon. And this is what, sabi ko nga, hindi kayong challenge sa akin, akong challenge sa inyo, sa mga chief of police ko. Kaya sabi ko kasi, yes, Ma'am Flory.
Are they early to rise and no to rest?
No time to rest.
Kaya, nag-enjoy naman sila so far. Ina-enjoy nila to ngayon. Although baka yung iba napipilitan, but they have to embrace it because this is one way of improving yung positive perception. Kasi the more we keep silent on what we're doing na maganda at others, no, lalo na yung mga kalaban ng enemy of the state is saying otherwise, mas paniniwalaan yung mga nagsasalita kasi sa tahimik. Kaya yun ito ang sabi ko nga, you do good, you do well, and then we tell it well. So with technology, we inspired everybody. We connected, no? I now manages dati sa PIO around 10 Bible groups. Ngayon ay nasa 5 na lang. Nasa 5 na lang Bible groups.
Anyway, RD, tuloy-tuloy po yung ating panayam sa inyo, no? Pagkaraan po ng ating station ID.
Mula sa top-rated music station ng Dekada 80, ang WBL. Tuloy na naglilingkod sa inyo sa pamamagitan ng magaganda at piling-piling programa. Mula Lunes hanggang Linggo, aaliwin kayo ng aming kilalang mga komentarista at public service program. Ito lamang simpilan ng DWBL.
Burger, ang burger ng bayan. Burger na buy one take one na may libo-libo ng franchise holders sa iba't ibang bahagi ng Pilipinas. Owned and operated by Mr. and Mrs. Joseph and Vicky Mojica. Angel's Burger, ang burger ng bayan.
Okay, ang tumpak na oras, 30 minuto makalipas ang ika-12 ng tanghali. Ang programang ito ay handag sa atin ng Angel's Burger, ang burger ng bayan, at ng PAMI Passenger Accident Management Inc. headed by Ms. Maria Riza Atayde, President, and Mr. Christian Nucom, Vice President for Sales and Operations. Okay, tuloy-tuloy po tayo sa ating pakikipagpanayam. Ang butihing Regional Director ng PRO 7. Kasama pa rin po natin si Police Brigadier General Roderick Augustus B. Alba. So, muli, General Alba. Yan po yung ating PIO po siya. May nagsabi kasi ang ganda daw ng boses ni RD. Baka po nakakalimutan nyo ang tagal pong nag-PIO ni RD. Pero bago ko muling iparinig ang boses ni RD, ibibigay ko na yung aking tanong. Kukumustahin natin kay RD kung ano yung stand niya on the update ng War on Drugs ng PRO 7. RD?
Yes, Ma'am Flory. I'd like to emphasize na we are aligned with the direction ng ating Chief PNP, General Rodolfo Azurin Jr., ng ating Secretary ng DLG, of course, our President, that the rule of law must always be overarching in what we do. No? That includes campaign against illegal drugs. And sabi ko nga, dito sa Team PNP Region 7, we prove it na despite of our accomplishments, ay ni isang buhay wala pong nalagas. But again, sabi ko nga din, na hindi tayo magpapauna lalo na if the rights of others, no, yung loved ones natin, yung ating mga kasamahan sa PNP, lalo na sa mismong member ng PNP, we will not allow them to violate our right to live also. So sabi ko rin, Ma'am Flory, Sir Julius, na pag wala na tayo masyadong ma-monitor na illegal drugs, lalo na itong pag-initiate, pag-create ng task force, itong One Cebu Interagency Interdiction Task Force, then we start clearing already barangays of illegal drugs affected here in Region 7. So that is, I think, the most prudent way in our approach against the problem. It will be here to stay. There is a this is the law of economics, no, na as long na may nagde-demand, mayroong bumibili, ay talagang mayroong magbebenta. So we should not patronize this illegal activity that destroys the lives of our people, especially the lives of our children and the future of our children, of our youth.
Okay, partner?
Sir, very particular po tayo sa isa sa programa po ng ating minamahal na PNP, yung atin pong kasimbayanan or kapulisan, simbahan at pamayanan. Sir, what is this forum with faith-based leaders in your region, sir?
Yes, actually itong programa na ating PNP ay talagang napakaganda because the forum, itong kasimbayanan, itong malasakit, no, yung MKK equals K, this is basic sa atin sa PNP. We care, we do peace and order, we do law enforcement duties, activities which is equals to progress naman talaga. There is no progress nga without peace. Now, it's being amplified through kasimbayanan, the convergence of the police officers, the church leaders, and our community. And for me, in my perspective, this is a forum aims to engage faith-based groups. Yung kanilang life value coaches, kailangan natin yon. The spiritual community advisors to assist us, no? Lalo na sa mga nag-surrender sa illegal drugs. They need to be sustained. It needs to be sustained. Na talagang hindi na sila babalik doon. So, hindi po kaya ng PNP na tayo lang. We have to reach out to these sectors of community. Kaya napakalaking tulong itong ating Christian and non-Christian groups natin, even the Muslim leaders natin, ay we need them, no, to address peace and order concerns of your PNP.
Okay. RD, alam po natin at hindi lingid sa ating kaalaman na isa din sa napakalaking problema natin ngayon ay gamit po yung social media or yung online scams, no? What are your precautionary measures on online scams po?
Yes, good question ng Flory, Sir Julius. Kung nakita ninyo, we have been dormant, no, in our lives practically for the past 2 years. Naging hayatos at talagang kung saan nagpahinga yung tao, no, dito naman na-encourage yung mga illegal, yung mga criminals, no, using the technology, particularly using internet. So it was the time that we have been, this is the time now that we have been anticipating na talagang aakyat yung mga kaso on cyber crimes. That's why we need to level up on the part of the PNP. And lalo na itong palapit na Yuletide season, there's actually 33 shopping days, di ba, before Christmas. And also comes the risk that scammers will take advantage, no, sa mga technology, especially paggamit, Ma'am Flory, ng ATM machine. So it is our best interest, no, to take preventive measures, no. Dapat maging vigilant yung ating mga kababayan to safeguard themselves while using automated teller machines, okay? So when making transactions and by using technology, yung online banking transaction, may very basic na dictum dyan. Mag-isip ka muna bago mo pindutin. Meaning sa English, you think before you click. Kasi pag na-click mo na, you will be redirected to another page. Sabihin, ongoing, wini-withdraw ngayon yung pera mo sa bangko, are you willing to stop or yes or no? And then you engage sabihin mo, yes, ay tuloy-tuloy na po. And you will come out poor. Ubos na lamas na yung pera natin. And education is the key, I believe, against fraudsters, in coordination with our different anti-cybercrime units and groups, including the NBI and even the bank management to help us out to address online scamming.
Partner, nabanggit ni Sir kanina yung Yuletide season.
Oo, pero nabanggit ni RD kanina yung yung sa bangko, no?
Mm.
Kasi there was an incident, RD, no? Matagal na nangyari ito, na may isa tayong kababayan na hulugan ng tseke. Unfortunately, na i-withdraw ito sa isang bangko ng nakapulot. And client asked the bank, ang present na ID nung nakapulot ay passport. They checked with DFA, fake yung passport. Medyo nako lang yung attention ko dun sa nabanggit ni RD kanina, yung coordination with the bank, ano. Napresentahan RD ng peke na passport and the bank honored the fake passport na withdraw yung lahat ng pera ng tao na nakalagay sa cheque. Anyway, with the information given to us by RD, yun nga, makipag-coordinate sa bangko. Mas interesado ako dito sa aking itatanong kay RD. What is the One Cebu Interagency Interdiction Task Force, RD, all about?
Okay. Yes. Actually, ito na pattern ito sa NAIA, yung Interdiction Task Force natin on illegal drugs. And naplano na actually ito nung when I was the former operations officer of PRO6. Kaya lang hindi ito na-push, and right now we took advantage, no, yung talagang eagerness, no, burning yung passion ng governor ng province of Cebu. Tawag ko nga sa kanya is Iron Lady, si
Oo, napaka-aktibo ni Gob.
Governor Gwen Garcia, and she's really on top, no? Mga judges pinapatawag niya, kaming mga agency, and we push for this interdiction task force at talagang agad-agaran inapprove niya. Ma'am Flory, this is actually it promotes interagency collaboration. Lahat naman po may trabaho mag-secure ng border. This time around, we brought everyone together, and will be entering into a memorandum of agreement. And we'll have command center, that is our desire, no? Every ports namin ay lalagyan po ng tao ng task force, and we'll be securing all the borders, including the ports, the seaports, and the airports. It will address issues and concerns, no? We have in our ports, particularly problem on illegal drugs. So this is also in compliance, no, sa campaign ng gobyerno on illegal drugs. And I believe if it will work here, magiging magandang template ito in all other parts of the country
Tama
who
po,
wants
sir.
wants to secure their borders also using the ports, airports, and seaports.
Okay, partner.
Partner, sabi ko nga sa'yo kanina.
Mahabol ka kasi tinignan mo
Nakita
yung
ko
ilaw.
kasi,
Go ahead, go ahead.
Nabanggit kasi kanina ni Sir yung Yuletide season. Kaya naalala ko lang bigla. Gusto natin itanong kay Sir. Sir, ano po ba yung mga security preparation na inihahanda po ng Pro 7 pagdating po sa papalapit na Yuletide season natin?
Alright, Julius, alam mo naman, wala naman tayong sinasabing 100% guarantee when we talk about security and safety. Kasi nagdedepende ito sa cooperation ng ating mga mamamayan. Kaya dito sa Region 7, we really expect, kahit kayo dyan sa NCR, na probably magmo-multiply yung number of people becoming over, no? Lalo nitong sa Simbang, with lesser restrictions this time. And the Yuletide season per se starts on December 16. That signals na talagang Pasko na, di ba? Simbang gabi on December 16 until January 6 next year. So the Feast of Three Kings. So influx of people, dalawa pong tinitingnan natin, no? The safety and security and the health protocol na dapat i-enhance natin. So we'll enhance our presence in all the places of convergence. Hindi lamang sa mga simbahan, that includes homes and residences na iiwan po ng ating kababayan habang nagsisimba. Yung iba naman yung plano nila. Na pagbalik nila, buti sa anak kung nandiyan, baka pating bahay nila nawala na rin. So kailangan they have to be vigilant, no? Mag-iwan sila ng mga numbers nila sa neighbor nila, or let their neighbors know kung saan sila, but do not post real time kung saan kayo during that time, like magsisimba kayo. Practically, Ma'am Flory and Julius will just double our efforts. We'll be on full alert.
Okay, alam natin na merong ongoing na meeting si RD, no? But probably it's up to RD kung itutuloy pa natin ito. But
Wag na po.
here is another question. Alamin muna natin kay RD yung stand niya on Greyhound operation in Central Visayas.
Yes, the second C of my strategic framework is actually critical thinking, Ma'am Flory, Sir Julius. Kaya itong sinasabi natin is we always think ahead. Kaya sabi ko before itong may mga concerns tayo sa correctional facilities na pinag-usapan ngayon, I already made coordination. Kaya yung first is connectivity. I immediately connected with the regional director of the BJMP here in Region 7, Jail Chief Superintendent Neil Avisado, and I told him na we really wanted ma-emphasize yung joint operation namin sa yung Greyhound operation to ensure na wala pong mga persons deprived of liberty who get involved in illegal activities. So far so good naman sabi sa akin ng ni RD, and we have also alerted all our units here in Region 7 to extend the necessary support to major operation Greyhound of our jail management facilities. And I hope that we could prevent PDLs involved in lawlessness.
Okay, anyway, batid natin shorten yung time pero nagpapasalamat tayo kahit hectic yung schedule ni RD ay pinagbigyan tayo. Partner, this time siguro we will be asking the regional director of PRO 7, Police Brigadier General Roderick Augustus B. Alba. Yung kanyang, sir, nalulungkot man ako but I need to na hingang kayo ng parting message dahil yung pong inyong meeting is ongoing. Sir?
Yes, Ma'am Flory and Sir Julius, maraming salamat sa opportunity una-una binigay niyo sa akin. This is really what we want, to engage the community through all forms of media platforms, ika nga, no? And with that, we just want to inform everybody that your BISDACAPS is doing everything na ma-address natin yung tatlong objective ng trabaho ng police: reduce crime, reduce the fear of crime, and eliminate disorder. But of course, hindi po namin kaya, hindi po kaya ng gobyerno, hindi po kaya ng PNP without the support ng ating mga mamamayan. Yun lang po, Ma'am Flory, Sir Julius. Thank you for the invitation and God bless us all.
Thank you, RD.
Yes po sir, maraming salamat po sir at sa amin po ang karangalan. Pagpalain po kayo ng Diyos. Sir.
And another thing, RD, because of you, nakarating ako ng Cebu.
Hindi pa rin ako nakarating dyan, partner. Buti na lang na-interview natin si RD.
Okay, maraming salamat po. Okay, inyo pong narinig ang tinig ng butihing Regional Director ng PRO 7, Police Brigadier General Roderick Augustus B. Alba. This time, atin pong ihatid ang ating mga balita mula po sa bulwagang pambalitaan ng Eastern Police District. Pasalamatan natin ang Provincial Director ng Cebu Police Provincial Office, no? Ayun, nawala. The action man is watching. Ang Cebu Police Provincial Office under the leadership of Police Colonel Romel J. Ochabe, OIC. Magandang tanghali po, PD. Higit sa 130,000 pesos na halaga ng shabu na sabat sa pinaigting na anti-illegal drug operation ng Eastern Police District. Ang detalye ihatid mo kaagapay, Robin.
Nakawala sa kamay ng otoridad ang 4 na sospek sa ikinasang bypass operation ng District Drug Enforcement Unit, katuwang ang District Intelligence Division, DSOU, DECU, DMFB at PICADAW sa kahabaan ng Pag-asa Street, Canyogan, Pasig City, pasado alas 11 ng gabi noong ika-21 ng Nobyembre taong kasalukuyan. Kinilala ang 4 na sospek na sina Rose Arlo, 30 taong gulang, Jonathan Pangilinan, 41 taong gulang, Richie Damole, 33 taong gulang at Lady Chris Bartolome, 31 taong gulang na pawang residente ng Pasig City. Nasamsam sa mga suspect ang tinatayang 20 gramo shabu na may standard drug price na higit sa 136,000 pesos. Ang mga naturang suspect ay naharap sa kasong paglabag sa Sec. 5 and 11 RA 9165 at kasalukuyan namang nakapiit sa Pasig City Police Station Custodial Facility. Yan ang ulat kaagapay Robin Barameda.
Atin naman pong alamin ang mga activities na naisagawa ng Eastern Police District Director. Yan po yatid sa atin ni Patrolwoman Noreen Navales.
Para sa mga naging aktibidad ng Eastern Police District ng mga nagdaang araw, sa pagsulong ng MKK equals K program ng ating Chief PNP Police Brigadier General Rodolfo S. Azurin Jr. sa ilalim ng malasakit para sa mamamayan in relation to the 30th National Children's Month celebration, ang Eastern Police District sa pamumuno ng ating District Director Police Colonel Wilson C. Asueta sa pamamagitan ng District Community Affairs and Development Division na pinamumunuan ni Police Lieutenant Colonel Raynan V. Patam ay nagsagawa ng gift giving sa mga estudyante ng Nagpayong High School na kung saan sila ay nakatanggap ng learning materials and other gifts from EPD noong November 16, 2022 na ginanap sa Multifunction Room Nagpayong High School. Ito ay parte ng EPD Adopt a Student Program na kung saan na ang mga estudyante at guro ng nasabing paaralan ay lubos na pinasalamatan ng EPD sa lahat ng mga suporta nito. Ang EPD naman kasama ang Mandaluyong City Police Station sa pamumuno ni Police Colonel Gauhin Mel Y. Unos, Chief of Police, ay matagumpay na naipatupad ang security coverage na walang anumang di kanais-nais na insidenteng naganap noong pagdalo ng ating Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. sa grand launching ng Kadiwa ng Pasko Caravan sa Molave Court, Barangay Addition Hills, Mandaluyong City noong November 16, 2022 ng umaga. Ito ay inisyatiba ng Office of the President na kung saan ay pinangunahan ng Department of Agriculture na naglalayo na isulong ang mga lokal na produkto at bigyang kapangyarihan ang pamayanan ng pagsasaka sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng direktang farm-to-consumer food supply chain na nag-aalis ng marketing layers na nagpapahintulot sa mga producers na kumita ng mas higit pa, kasabay ang pagbibigay sa mga mamimili ng abot kayang mataas na kalidad ng mga lokal na produkto. Nagsagawa naman ng first EPD Project Estomo, Extraordinary Self-Defense Armed and Unarmed Tactics for Police Officers to Manage Peace and Order in the Community noong hapon ng November 17, 2022 sa San Juan Gymnasium, San Juan City na pinasinayaan ng ating DRDA and CRPO Police Brigadier General Jose S. Hidalgo Jr. kasama ang ating District Director, EPD Command Group, COPs, Pamamarisan City Police Station, Force Commander DMFB, D-Staff, at iba pang mga officers. Ang nasabing aktibidad ay nilahukan ng EPD Headquarters Personnel, DMFB, at ang 4 na stasyon ng EPD na kung saan kanilang ipinamalas ang kanilang kahusayan at talento in self-defense sa pamamagitan ng unarmed tactics na naglalayo na mas pahusayin, palakasin at pasiglahin ang kaalaman at kasanayan ng mga EPD personnel upang mas mapataas ang kanilang antas ng kamalayan at bumuo ng individual na kasanayan para sa Personal Capacitation Program anchored on the safe NCRPO of our Regional Director NCRPO and MKK equals K program of our Chief PNP. Nasungkit naman ng Mandaluyong City Police Station ang 2nd place, Pasig City Police Station 1st place, at Marikina City Police Station bilang champion ng naturang kompetisyon na magdadala ng pangalan ng Eastern Police District sa regional level. Alinsunod sa kapulisan, simbahan at pamayanan o kasimbayanan program, ang mga personnel ng Eastern Police District ay nakilahok sa 2nd Convergence on Kasimbayanan entitled Sino si Kristo sa Buhay Mo na may temang Lakas Mo, Lakas Ko para sa Diyos at Mamamayan in partnership with Catholic Communities in Action na pinamumunuan ni Brother Antonio Vera Cruz, founder, noong November 18, 2022 ng umaga sa Diocesan Shrine and Parish of Our Lady of the Abandoned sa JP Rizal Corner, Gomez Street, Barangay Santa Elena, Marikina City. Ito ay pinasinayaan ni retired Police Brigadier General Abelardo Villacorta bilang keynote speaker kasama ang ating CDDS Police Colonel Ben Liner L. Capili, Police Colonel Earl B. Castillo, Chief of Police Marikina City Police Station, and participated by the District Headquarters personnel, DMFB, Marikina City Police Station, members of Young at Heart at KKDAT. Tampok sa nasabing aktibidad ang pagtuturo ng mga salita ng Diyos with prayers and sharings na pinangunahan ni Reverend Father Lamberto S. Ramos, Shrine Rector and Parish Administrator. At yan po ang mga kaganapan sa Team EPD Pamamarisan. Kaagapay mo, Noreen Navales.
Okay, this time, atin naman pong ihatid ang mga accomplishments ng Eastern Police District. Yan po ihatid sa atin ni Patuluman Elise Cortez.
Nagsagawa ng Kasimbayanan Kabataan at Project Ready ang mga kapulisan ng San Juan City Police Station led by Police Major Darius R. Agmalio alas 8 ng umaga noong November 16, 2022. Nagkaroon ng lecture mula Module 1 to 4 sa mga grade 11 students ng San Juan City Senior High School Academic kasama ang mga miyembro ng KKDAT San Juan Chapter. Bukod pa rito, nagsagawa ng community outreach program at cleanup drive ang mga kapulisan ng San Juan City Police Station led by Police Colonel Elpidio A. Ramirez, Chief of Police, ng umaga noong November 18, 2022. Kasama ang mga intern criminology students ng University of Manila, KKDAT at Force Multipliers. Ganon din ang mga kapulisan ay namahagi ng pagkain at school supplies sa mga residente ng iba't ibang barangay ng San Juan City. Alas 8 ng umaga noong November 18, 2022, nagsagawa ng lecture on Project Ready ang mga kapulisan ng Substation 1 Mandaluyong City Police Station led by Police Lieutenant Danilo Montserrat Jr. sa Jose Rizal University, Barangay Daang Bakal, Mandaluyong City. Ang mga paksang tinalakay ay drug awareness and criminal common modus operandi sa mga grade 1 to 7 students ng nasabing paaralan. Ang mga kapulisan naman ng Marikina City Police Station kasama ang mga miyembro ng BFP Marikina at DILG Marikina ay nagtapos ng 3-day lingkod tanod, barangay tanod skills enhancement training of local trainers initiated by DILG NCR mula November 16 to 18, 2022 sa Ortigas Center, Mandaluyong City. Ang nasabing pagsasanay ay pinasimulan upang magbigay kasangkapan at mag-capacitate sa bawat dumalo upang higit na maibahagi ang mga nakuhang kaalaman at impormasyon. Ang mga kapulisan ng Marikina City Police Station sa ilalim ng pamumuno ni Police Colonel Earl B. Castillo, COP, ay dumalo sa Luntiang Marikina River Cleanup Activity facilitated by Mr. John Will Alejaga sa Marikina River, Barangay Jesus de la Peña, Marikina City, alas 7 ng umaga noong November 19, 2022. Ang nasabing aktibidad ay naglalayong ipagpatuloy ang pagpapanatili ng kalinisan. At para naman sa Law Enforcement Operations Accomplishment Report ng Eastern Police District covering the period of November 17 to 18, 2022, para sa anti-illegal drugs operations, arrested person 5, total drug confiscated 12.3 grams, and standard drug price 50,920 pesos. At sa anti-illegal gambling operations, arrested person 3, total amount confiscated 310 pesos. Enhancement Managing Police Operations o EMPO, Checkpoint 64, Foot Patrol 514, Mobile Patrol 259, Galugad 367, Oplan Bandillo 112. Arrest of wanted person, most wanted person arrested 7, other wanted person arrested 1, at para sa implementation of city ordinance, fine 7,956. At yan po ang maganap sa Team EPD Pamamarisan. Kaagapay mo, Elise Cortez.
Okay, this time atin naman pong tanggapin ang pag-uulat kaugnay po sa 70 days ng direktor ng PNP IMEG Yan po ay ihatid sa atin ni Police Lieutenant MJ Cuevas. Ang detalye ihatid mo.
Pinagtitibay ni PNP Amig Director Police Brigadier General Warren Ferrer de Leon ang agresibong paninindigan ng PNP Amig laban sa mga miyembro ng organisasyon na patuloy sa kanilang iligal na aktibidad sa kabila ng mahigpit na babala ng ating Chief PNP na si Police General Rodolfo Santos Azurin Jr. Aniya, ang PNP Amig ay patuloy na mamumuno sa internal cleansing program ng PNP, partikular na ang pagpapatupad ng aspetong parusa sa pakikipag-ugnayan sa Internal Affairs Service. Katuwang ang aktibong suporta ng komunidad, simbahan at maging mga kapulisan sa paglinis ng aming hanay laban sa mga iilan na patuloy na sumisira sa imahe nito. Mula na matasan si Police Brigadier General Warren F. De Leon bilang direktor ng IMEG noong August 8, 2022, mayroon ng kabuang 8 law enforcement operations na isinagawa ang PNP IMEG na nagresulta sa pagkaaresto ng 13 individual. 9 dito ay mga aktibong miyembro ng PNP at 4 ang mga kasabwat na sibilyan. Remarkable sa mga naturang accomplishment ay ang pagkaaresto ng PNP IMEG sa isang aktibong miyembro ng PNP na nang biktima sa kanyang dating kasintahan gamit ang isang video para sa kanyang mga sexual favors. Pag-aresto sa 3 aktibong tauhan ng PNP na nakatalaga sa Paco Police Community Precinct, Police Station 5, Ermita, Manila para sa mga aktibidad na pangingikil. Ang pag-aresto sa 2 aktibong tauhan ng PNP na nakatalaga sa Pasig City Police Station kasama ang kanilang mga sibilyan na kasabwat para sa ilang krimen kabilang ang robbery by means of extortion, paglabag sa domicile, kidnapping, paglabag sa RA 10591 o Comprehensive Firearms and Ammunition Regulation Act at paglabag sa RA 9165 o Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. At ang pagsampa ng kasong kriminal at administratibo laban sa 2 police non-commissioned officers na nakatalaga sa Regional Special Training Unit, Bangsamoro Autonomous Region para sa pangingikil ng pera kapalit ang lenient na treatment sa pagsasanay ng mga police recruits sa naturang training unit. Matagumpay ding na-serve ng PNP IMEG ang kabuang 16 na warrant of arrest sa patuloy nitong pagpapatupad ng mas pinaigting na kampanya laban sa mga wanted na individual, maging ito man ay aktibo, natanggal na sa serbisyo at maging mga retiradong membro ng organisasyon upang matiyak ang pantay-pantay na pagpapatupad ng batas. Tiniyak din ni Police Brigadier General Warren Ferrer de Leon na patuloy na lilinisin ng PNP AMEG ang hanay ng pulis sa aktibong suporta ng kapulisan, simbahan at komunidad. Bilang bahagi ng pagsisikap na magpaayos ang kultura ng disiplina sa organisasyon at pananagutan sa mga bawat membro ng PNP. Habang nagpapatuloy ang agresibong kampanya ng PNP IMEG para alisin sa organisasyon ang mga scalawags, nilayon din itong paalahanin ang mga kapwa kapulisan sa pamamagitan ng programang Oplan Paalala or Operational Plan Paalala. Ang Oplan Paalala ay isang proactive measure ng IMEG upang mapapaalahanan ang mga kapulisan, particular ang mga naitatalaga sa mga lokal na unit o police station, at layunin ng programang ito na bigyan ng babala at ipaalam sa mga kapulisan ang mga kakahinatnan nila sa anumang iligal na gawain at upang maipaliwanag sa kanila ang mandato ng IMEG. Sa pamamagitan ng programang ito, nais ng PNP IMEG na ipakita sa kapwa miyembro ng PNP na ang pag-alis ng mga scalawags ay paraan ng IMEG bilang pagpapakita ng tunay na malasakit hindi lamang sa organisasyon, sa mga miyembro nito at higit sa lahat sa buong mamamayan. Yan po ang kaganapan sa Integrity Monitoring and Enforcement Group, ang sumbungan ng sambayanan tungo sa mas malinis na hanay ng kapulisan. Kaagapay mo, Mary Jean Cuevas.
Okay, maraming salamat sa ating mga police reporters, kay Police Corporal Robin Barameda, Patrolwoman Noreen Navales.
Limutan na.
At ni Elise Cortez, ganyan kay Police Lieutenant Cuevas. Tayo po'y magpapatuloy pagkaraan po ng ating station ID.
Spaceship.
We still have 10 minutes more to go. Engineer, belated happy birthday kay Engineer Arnold.
Happy birthday, Engineer Arnold.
Mula sa top-rated music station ng dekada 80, ang WBL. Tuloy na naglilingkod sa inyo sa pamamagitan ng magaganda at piling-piling programa. Mula Lunes hanggang Linggo, aaliwin kayo ng aming kilalang mga komentarista at public service program. Ito lamang simpilan ng DWBL.
Burger, ang burger ng bayan. Burger na buy one take one na may libo-libo ng franchise holders sa iba't ibang bahagi ng Pilipinas. Owned and operated by Mr. and Mrs. Joseph and Vicky Mojica. Angel's Burger, ang burger ng bayan.
Okay, maraming salamat sa ating mga reporters. Thank you very much also the Action Man. Congratulations daw sa Team Kaagapay. Gayon din kay Sir Michael Marcos Mase watching. Thank you nga.
Yun.
Thank you
See
din
you on
kay
Thursday.
Ardy, no? Congratulations po sa yung kailan lang nakagaganap nung kay Ardy, no?
EPD, Project Estomo.
Nais bumati ng aking partner.
Ay, syempre.
Go ahead.
Binab-
Congratulations sa lahat ng nanalo. Pero batiin natin, welcome to our... Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome, Police Lieutenant Cuevas, MJ Cuevas. Police reporter na ng
Ang bago nating
LBKM.
kaagapay from IMEG.
For IMEG, from IMEG. Okay, go ahead. Bumati ka na. Baka mamaya sisihin mo na naman ako.
Sa ngalan ng aming snappy at magaling na Chief of Police, Police Colonel Earl B. Castillo,
Oh,
at
maganda
ng
tanghali.
buong kapulisan ng Marikina.
COP, Colonel
Gusto na,
Earl.
Colonel Earl Castillo.
Castillo.
Siyempre, mas snappy yan. Magaling yung aming Chief of Police partner.
Pero sandali lang bago ka bumati.
Bitin lagi ah.
Hindi kasi ang layo ng mga monitor kanina ng program. From the Cebu Police Provincial Office, meron pa tayong from Ma'am Doris Alba Panes. Merong, tinanong kita dito kanina saan ito Picado, CPPO from PRO7, EOTY. Meron pa isang lugar Kanina nga gusto ko pa itanong kay Sas, ano ba ibig sabihin ng bisdak? Pero bumati ka muna, magagalit ka na rin sa akin. Go ahead!
Nabitin na. Ayun.
Sige na.
Binabati
Bati
lang.
mo na
Sa
lahat.
ngalan ng lahat ng kapulisan ng Marikina Police Station, binabati namin ang aming Team Marikina na nag-champion sa EPD Project Stomo Competition. Congratulations sa inyo at good luck sa ating regional competition. Yun.
Oh, sige, bati pa. Palakpak daw. Pahingi daw palakpak para sa lahat ng nanalo sa Estomo competition. Alam mo ba kung sino ang author niyan?
Sino?
Ang tagal ng palakpak.
Yun! Team Marikina. Champion.
First and foremost, siyempre, congratulations sa bumuo ng Estomo competition. Oh, nawala na.
Yung palakpak.
Ano ba yan? Alam ko kung sino.
Siyempre.
Sino ang
The man behind.
The man behind that, no? Siyempre, ayun pa rin ating the action man, the man behind. Di lingkod ng bayan, kaagapay ng mamayan. Batiin natin isang maganda tanghali si Police Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Gantang.
Good luck, Police Lieutenant Colonel Anthony
Binabati ko
Gantang.
rin ang one-stop shop
Soon to
kay
be.
Ma'am Sing, kay Lieutenant Colonel Engkot, kay Mark, sa police natin dyan. Sa lahat po ng police natin, sa one-stop shop, sa Camp Crami po, no? Maganda tanghali po sa inyo. O ngayon, may 5 minutes pa. Sige,
syempre,
lahat ng gusto mong batiin. Dali, babatiin ay si George Unlayaw ng LTO Muntinlupa. Maganda tanghali. He's watching daw.
Ako naman.
Go.
Hindi, partner, gusto ko lang batiin
San
ng...
Francisco.
ayan na naman
San Francisco. Kasi ngayon lang ako nakapunta ng Cebu. Tingnan mo to, PRO7. Watching from San Francisco, MPS, CPPO. Okay.
Binabati ko lang yung aming Marikina Travelers Club, mga brethren. See you on Thursday sa ating fellowship. Tapos, ang lahat ng aking mga batch, syempre, yung Huwarang Lipi 2019. Happy listening sa inyo dyan. Happy listening sa inyo. Good luck sa atin. At sana maging maganda ang ating Pasko. At syempre, sa Marikina City Police Station.
Ang EPD Forensic is watching. Magandang tanghali po and happy birthday sa anak yata ni Dr. Ebdani yung nagbe-birthday, no? And happy birthday so anak ko ni CDS at kay Ma'am Kapili, November birthday celebrant yun.
Si Ate Kat?
Hindi. Si Ate Kat, yung anak nila, parang Janine yata.
Okay.
Sige pa. Oh, sige, bate. Pero nais nating pasalamatan ulit ang office ni Police Brigadier General Roderick Augustus Alba. Thank you very much po sa ating preparation sa PIO. Yung napakaganda ng inyong ABP. Talagang kompletong-kompleto, no? So once again, all the way from Cebu, maraming salamat po. At last time we had with us the Antique, si PD Alex nga ba apelyido? Mariano? Tama ba ako? Sana i-correct ako ni PD. Argao MPS PCR, Argao PRO7. They're watching. Sueram Ramjo, watching from San Francisco. Buljun. Tamo, sandali lang, feeling ko nasa Cebu ako ngayon.
Hindi ko pa nga narating yan, partner.
Hindi ko nga ako. Sabi ko nga, kung hindi pa si PD, di ko makikita yung Cebu. Ay, si RD, no? Si RD. Oo. Yun nga, no? Yung mga panahon, si RD yung PIO. Kaya talaga namang nakita naman natin, kagandahan na 40 days pa lang siya, partner, doon sa bilang regional director ng PRO7 ay nakita natin yung dami ng mga accomplishments, no? Maganda tanghali pa rin sa executive director ng LTFRB, si Attorney Bob Peg, hindi kay Attorney Eric Valero.
Binabati ko rin, partner, syempre yung aming opisina, no?
Yun na.
Station Community Affairs and Development Section ng Marikina City Police. Na-miss ko kayo. On leave pa ako ngayon, partner Na-miss ko yung mga yan. See you on Thursday.
Maganda tanghali po sa lahat ng staff ng CDDS, si John Magtulak at sa lahat ng CDDO, no? Kay ang staff ni Sir at si CDDO at si CDDA.
Sa aking chief, Police Captain Greco Gonzales. Na-miss ko
Okay, so umabot na tayo sa ating oras ng pagpapaalam. Siyempre, first and foremost, thank you very much po sa ating technical side na hindi tayo pinababayaan palagi. Wala yung kaaway ko dito, no?
Ba't parang hindi ko na nakikita si Jigger?
Ka-chat ko kahapon na-enjoy na naman
Na-miss mo
ako
na.
Oo. Pero siyempre, nandyan yung ating si Engineer Arnold, di tayo pinababayaan. Partner, paalam ka na.
Uy, ayun, paalam na raw po ako. Ang daming Christmas light. Medyo naiilang ako pag nakikita ko sa monitor natin Ayun, maraming salamat po sa pagsama niyo sa aming programa at magkita-kita po tayong muli sa susunod na linggo. Ako po ang inyong kaagapay, Police Lieutenant Julius Christie. Pagpalain at ingatan po tayo ng ating dakilang Diyos. Magandang tanghali po.
So once again, maraming salamat po sa ating tigapagtaguyod, ang Angel's Burger, ang burger ng bayan, at ang PAMI Passenger Accident Management Inc., headed by its President Maria Riza Atayde and its Vice President for Sales and Operations, Mr. Chris Nukum. So sa atin pong sa bumubuo ng Lingkod ng Bayan, kaagapay ng mamamayan, with the man behind the LBKM Police Colonel Ben Liner Kapili, CDDS. Ma'am Kat, magandang tanghali po. At sa ating nakadaupang palad sa Regional Director ng PRO7, Police Brigadier General Roderick Augustus Alba. Ito po ang Nyabang Lingkod, Flory Gabitan. Muli po tayo magkarinigan sa darating na Martes. Magandang hapon, Bansang Pilipinas.
Lingkod ng Bayan, kaagapay ng mamamayan. Ang programang maglilingkod sa sambayanan, katuwang ang ating mga public servants. Lingkod ng Bayan, kaagapay ng mamamayan. Kasama ang inyong lingkod, si Flory Gabitan, tuwing Martes, alas 12 hanggang 1:00 ng hapon, dito lamang sa DWBL 1242 sa inyong talapitan.
Ng magaganda at piling-piling programa mula Lunes hanggang Linggo. Aalawin kayo ng aming kilalang mga komentarista at public service program.